Joining me now is Mr. Tuhin Sinha, National Spokesperson, BJP, Brijesh Kalappa, National Spokesperson, Congress. Tuhin Sinha, there are important issues that have been raised, and forget about what the opposition is raising. Important issues that a lot of people who watch the Indian economy closely are raising. Many are saying, where's the fine print of it? Because you had, the US Agriculture Secretary, after the announcement of this deal, come out and say US farm exports have been agreed to in the new deal. If that has really happened, then did we really watch out for the interests of our farmers?
Well, good evening, Preeti. Good evening, everybody. The problem with our opposition and a section of the media is that when our honorable minister asserts something, you don't listen to the minister. You tend to, go by what you hear from outside. So our minister has very categorically stated, Piyush has very categorically stated that India's farm sector, India's dairy sector remains untouched from the trade deal. So point is that some of the other concerns, which, let me address each and every concern which has been raised by the opposition. When Trump says that India will work towards zero tariff, it does not mean that the zero tariff are being imposed. We are working towards net zero mission, the timeline for which is the next 4 decades. Point is from 50%, if the tariff has been brought down to 18%, which is way better than all our competing economies, be it China, be it Vietnam, be it, the other manufacturing nation in our neighborhood, Bangladesh, it's a huge boon for us. And at the same time, our concerns have been completely taken care of. Even on the issue of purchase of oil, we stand very firmly on the stand which we have consistently maintained, that Indian oil companies will decide on the point of purchases based on market prices at the given point of time. So I think we should wait for the joint statement by both the countries. That is when the clarity will be obtained. But Congress party to be, the usual pessimists they have been, it almost seems that every time there is reason for the country to celebrate, the Congress party goes into depression.
Mr. Sinha, Tuhin Sinha, I'm going to ask you one question and I'm going to bring in Mr. Kalappa right after that, because you say it's only the Congress party. So am I, as a journalist, when I read a social media post put forth by the Agriculture Secretary of the United States of America, and he holds a position of the Agriculture Secretary of America, say, thank you, POTUS, for once again delivering for American farmers. New US-India deal will export more American farm products to India's massive marketing, lifting prices and pumping cash into rural America. Are we not to believe him? Is he lying, sir?
Well, Preeti, 2 points over here. When Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal very categorically says that our concerns in the farm and the dairy sector have been taken care of, you need to believe him. But yes, there are other ways, the warehousing, agriculture technology, agri-tech as we call it, there are other areas where there could be collaboration. So you need to wait for the final blueprint, which should come any moment in the next, or in the next couple of days. That should be out, and that is when you should, jump the gun instead of jumping the gun now.
Brijesh Kalappa, that makes sense. Wait for the final declaration, the fine print to be out, and then make allegations, which to the outside world then, could be damning with what is happening right now. Go ahead, sir.
See, Preeti, there are 3 facts, and these I'll put to you and your viewers, and I think the viewers can best decide. When it came to the ceasefire was announced on American soil, and it was announced by US President Trump. So as far as the ceasefire between India and Pakistan, it was the US President Trump who made the announcement regarding the ceasefire first. Second is in regard to the stoppage of purchase of Russian oil. That announcement too came from the White House and came from Donald J. Trump, right? Now the third announcement is with regard to the trade deal, and Brooke Rollins, who is the US Agricultural Secretary, has also made a detailed tweet which you just read. Now let me just point out, for the sake of viewers, because ultimately, there will be a few more days and everybody would have forgotten about this and it would be touted as a victory. So I think it's very important to put things in perspective. There are at least 5 sectors which are going to be very seriously affected by this zero, duty on imports. First is soybean oil. Second is dairy products. The third is corn, sweet corn. Then almonds, walnuts, and apples. I think at least 6 to 7 states of the country are going to be seriously affected by the fact that if the US is able to pump and dump their agricultural produce in India, it's going to serve as a death knell for farmers. And you must remember that India is primarily an agricultural based nation. And I think 65% of the country still relies on agriculture. I think if the US agricultural secretary, her words are to be taken seriously, I think it's a serious situation.
But okay, on the flip side, Mr. Kalappa, the fact is, you heard your counterpart, Tuhin Sinha, and he has a point. He's saying, would you rather believe the US Agriculture Secretary or would you believe your own Trade Minister when he's saying that both agriculture and dairy are being taken care of and our farmers' interests are primary. And very soon, when the declaration, the fine print of the details of this deal are out, you will understand why he said that.
See, Preeti, I must tell you that I'd like to believe Mr. Piyush Goyal. I'd like to believe him, but unfortunately, what events have transpired in the last few months don't allow me to have much confidence in Mr. Piyush Goyal's words. Rather, what Trump says has always been something which Mr. Modi has very cravenly followed.
Okay, Tuhin Sinha, would you want to come in, sir, on this?
You know, in the last 6 months, the Congress party has made all kinds of cheap innuendos to mock India and to mock Prime Minister Modi in a challenging situation. Now, what has happened in the last 6 months? You know, we have shielded the economy from the impact of the tariffs. We have expanded our markets. And despite the tariffs, the projected growth rate of, continued to be at of the GDP continued to be at 7.2%. So imagine, this is not just a validation of the resilience of Indian economy, but also of the astute and the adroit leadership of Prime Minister Modi. Now, with the EU FTA in place, now with the US FTA in place, the increase in the projected GDP is going to be at least to the tune of 0.3%. Now, it will obviously benefit MSMEs. It will benefit the entire manufacturing sector. Point is, why does the Congress party always get rattled when we have seen through a tough situation? If you have a problem with President Trump's tweeting style or the way he posts information, please understand that this is the way he has been doing it for the entire world with almost all countries. Is there any country which is an exception? Now the point is either you engage with US or you completely disengage. It's for the Congress party has been a traditional loser, an escapist who has not been able to deal with challenging situations when, it was in power. Please allow us, the freedom, please allow us the way we are handling these situations, because at the end of the day, what it brings to the table is 180 crore consumer base combined, between the two countries.